Good morning, Eric. Derek. Good morning. Good morning, Anthony and Kitty Cat. Good morning. Good morning, Mel. Grand Rising. Such a neat way to say good morning. I know the sun rose today, but it's really overcast, so I can't see it today. But I know it's out there. Good morning. We have a fun subject today. Having little or nothing. Good morning, Gypsy and Preston. Don, Marky Z's gonna be... Oh boy. Okay, Mark. Best wishes to you there. Thank you for letting us know. Best wishes to you, Marky. I still think of a boy band when I think of your name. I still think you're like a member of a boy band. And your real name is Marky Z. That's just what I think. Good morning, Paige. I hope court went well for you yesterday. Good morning. Good wishes to Marky Z from all of us, huh? What do you guys say? Best wishes to Marky Z. He's in the hospital waiting for some testing. Marky Z and the Funky Bunch. I love it, Derek. See, you're always good at this stuff. I'm not kidding you, Derek. You missed your calling as a comedy writer. If you were in a room with a bunch of other creative comedian types, I guarantee your lines would be written into the sitcom. I guarantee it. Marky Z and the Funky Bunch. Good morning, everybody. I still think Marky Z's daughter has the cool name. Oh, don't sell yourself short, Derek. You're funny. Okay, but I still like Mark Z's daughter's name. How pretty is the name Zoe Zamaron? Huh? Give me 2 people. I'm not even looking for 5. 2 people that think the name Zoe Zamaron is a cool name. Really pretty. Am I right? Derek thinks so. Anthony agrees. Yup. Zoe Zamaron. What a pretty name. You guys scored with that one. Good morning to everybody here this morning. Jesus Christ, nobody's talking about Pamela Anderson, okay? Zoe Antoinette Zamaron. Now it's gotten even cooler. Now it's gotten even cooler. Initials Zaz. Don't you like that one, Paige? Zoe Antoinette Zamaron. I love it. You'll feel better, Mark. We have a lot of faith in the medical profession. We have a strong feeling you're going to be doing fine. Good morning out there. Wizzy the Wazzy Wasserton. How cold are you in Wisconsin, Wazzy? Anthony says I could be mad and stressed, and I'm here 3 minutes, and it's gone. It takes you 3? Anthony, it only takes me like 2. You'll catch up. You'll catch up. You're behind us. No, I'm kidding. A cute name would be Sage Eleanor or Zinnia. I like that. I like both. I think I like Zinnia Sage a little better, Paige. Zinnia. Whose name's Zinnia? That's pretty. I think I like Z names. I'm pretty sure I'm a Z-ster. That's pretty. Zinnia. Sounds like a flower that I haven't seen. Reminds me of a flower I have never smelt yet. Good morning, everyone. Including the zinnia who isn't yet. Oh, so it is a flower. Ah, Pops is over here flowering it up and didn't even know it. I've seen them. I'll look it up. Let me see what a zinnia looks like. Real quick, Pops, what's a zinnia look like? You can look it up. Let me see. Oh yeah, I've seen those. Of course I have. Oh yeah. Wait, you guys. Wait, Pops. Hold on. Zinnias. What a beautiful flower. Zinnias. Gosh, those are pretty. Zozo has a son named Zayden. I like that. I like Zayden. Those are pretty, Paige. Good call. I didn't know I was looking at a zinnia. Sue says they bloom for a really long time. That's neat. It's neat you guys know flowers. I should know more flowers. I should know more about flowers. It's really a bummer because the community garden that I was working with only about 2 months, and they went into winter shutdown. So I haven't been in the garden or out doing anything growing nature besides shrooms in the last couple of months. And I have another couple of months to go. Don't forget to go to your chat options. Go to your chat options and hit all, what is it that we hit? Live chat. All messages are visible. Okay? It figures Nipper would know what the flowers were. It only figures Nipper's a floweraholic. Good morning, everybody. Pops chases Kello, you're hilarious. Ruff chases rabbits, and Pops. Oh, that's funny. And Pops chases boxes. God, that's funny. If you guys had seen me chasing boxes last Friday. People would stop in front of your house to see your flowers. I probably would be one of those people, Paige. Good morning, Laura. Good morning, Captain Obvious. I just got something in the mail from Captain Obvious. What is it? Hold on. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let me show it. I asked you guys if you felt like it. Send me pictures of your Secret Santa gift. Captain Obvious just sent this one to me. She received the screaming goat. They're hungry, they miss their mom. Why do goats scream? Because they're hungry, because they miss their mom, because they're in distress, or all of the above. She got that from Exception. That's cute. I want to hear what it sounds like. Justin has one. Jesus Christ, why does everything have to go to become sexual objects? It's really cute. That's really cute. I love it. Captain Obvious, we need to hear it scream when you get a chance. Okay? Kim says goats are screamers just because they're happy to be alive, because it's their nature. Kim's going with the old nature route. Excuse me. Jesse Tinsley. That almost sounds like something Jesus Christ would say, but I know you're cool. If I'd have heard that comment that Jesse Tinsley just made, but it came from Jesus Christ in Australia, it's funny how I would receive it completely differently. Okay? It's funny, the perspective. If Jesus Christ had made that comment, I'd have thought something completely different. Let's see where the video is. You got a video of it. Okay, let's see. Now that's a terrible scream. It sounds like the thing's about to be murdered. Can I make one comment? Who thinks we're looking at some awfully pretty nails? Look at those nails, Captain Obvious. Look at those nails. Look at those fingernails. And she wasn't even planning this, you guys. She wasn't even planning it. I guarantee she didn't go get a manicure just so she could do this video for us this morning. Those are beautiful nails. Don't admit they're press-ons. Don't admit that. Let us think that. Don't admit that out loud. Those are beautiful nails. Wow. Forget the goat. Let's just look at her hands. Good morning, everybody. Turning it around. Turn it around, clown. Pops didn't have time to comb his hair this morning. Can you tell? What's your first hint? What's your first hint that I didn't have time to comb my hair this morning? Quick. Quick. What's your first hint? Okay, what's the first hint that you get? That Pops didn't primp this morning. Derek nailed it. You nailed it. First hint. First hint, glasses are foggy. You guys are hilarious. Pops. I got this DM yesterday in my DM situation. Pops, I had the most beautiful experience Christmas Eve, led by the fungi. I stopped existing, and then I came back together whole again. However, I was different. The magic is feeling more stable and happy. And I'm in tune with myself more than I have been in a decade. Thank you for everything you do. I want you to know you're a treasure. And you're appreciated beyond words. Happy New Year. That's from one of our friends. That's from one of our friends. I'm glad to hear medicine works. Beautiful stuff. Good morning, everybody. Right, Derek? Thank you, Anthony. You're a treasure as well. I bet you're on the person that you're caring for daily thinks you're a treasure. That's my bet to you. The United States was the first country to allow women to vote. Is that a true statement? Click. Is that a true statement? The United States was the first country to allow women to vote. True or false? Kimberly's saying falsito. All of you are going falso McWalso. B. Hendricks is volunteering that he thinks it was Finland. Here's the real answer. While the United States ratified the 19th Amendment in 1920, it wasn't the first country to allow women to vote. The first country to allow women to vote was New Zealand, which did it in 1893. New Zealand. 1893, they were ahead of the rest of us. Ahead of the rest of us. Do ants work hard, you guys? Do ants work hard? It's a real quick question. Do humans work hard? The typical human, don't we work about 8 hours a day, give or take? I mean, we probably work more, but an actual job, 8 hours a day maybe, right? So what is that? That's a third of a day. 1/3 of the day we're working. It's probably a little bit more. Well, let's just go with the conservative number of 8 a day. So we're doing about a third of our lives we're working. Okay? How much of the ant's life is spent working? Ants only work 1/5 of their life. Lazy ants. They only work 1/5 of their life. They only seem busy because the ant colony stays busy throughout the day. I want to know who studied this. Where are the ants that are taking the time off? Where are they hiding out? Where are they hiding? Where do the other 4/5 go while the 1/5 is working? I've never seen an ant break room. I've never seen Kim, I've never seen the ant break room. Unbelievable. Who counted? I think they're working. Those 4 are working. That 5th one those 4 are taking a break. That 5th one over there, he's actually working. How do they know, Terry? Those are the kind of things that freak me out. Freaking me out. Okay, that's covering a shift for a friend. Kelly wants to know, is there an ant union? There almost should be. There should be a union. They don't need a union. They're already slacking. Okay? That's craziness. Get to work. Okay? An ant union. Excuse me. My cough and runny nose are coming back. Boy, is this a rough flu season or wait a minute? What do armadillos do when they are attacked? What do armadillos do when they're attacked? Come on, you've seen cartoons. I've seen it. I watched a nature program one time. Carrie says they curl up, they roll up into a ball, right? They roll up into a ball and they try to roll away. They try to bowling ball their way out of the situation. Huh? What do they do when they're attacked? Well, I've always thought they rolled up into a ball. They did. That's what I thought they did. Only a South American species of armadillo rolls into a ball when attacked. North American armadillos run away, or they dig themselves into the ground when they are attacked or feel threatened. They run or dig. North Americans. The South American ones, they roll it up. How does the armadillo know if it's in North America or South America? How do they know? I'm in South America, I need to roll. I'm in North America, I need to run or dig. Interesting. I want to know how they know which continent they're on. No, it's simple. They know by their predator if what's trying to attack them. How do they know which continent they're on? I'm freaking out. The Australian Shepherd dog. I'm going to just tell you up front before you guess. I'm going to tell you up front. The Australian Shepherd dog did not originate in Australia. Didn't. Okay? Law says they just look at the drain. If it's going counterclockwise, they roll up. If the water's draining clockwise, they run. Where did the Australian Shepherd originate if it wasn't Australia? Captain Obvious, I love Australian Shepherds. I used to own one. Where did they originate if it wasn't Australia? Come on, smarty pants. Justin, I'm going to say yes to the U.S., but I want you to be more specific. I want you to be more specific, please. Not South Africa. Kind of a neat guess, though. The Australian Shepherd. Beautiful, smart dogs. Justin got it. The Australian Shepherd dog actually originated in California. What? What? Well, why do they call it the California Shepherd dog? What the heck? What's going on? Do you think the Australian Shepherds, the dog, would prefer to be called a California Shepherd? Or are they okay with being called Australians? I feel like if I'm from California, I don't want to be called Australian. Nothing wrong with Australia. But if I'm from Australia, don't call me from California. What's going on? This is a bunch of weird stuff this morning. Bubblegum Kello says, Callie Collie must have been taken. Greenie says, no Australian wants to be a Californian. Could be. Could be true. Bears. Talk about bears for just a minute. Do they hibernate? Do bears hibernate? Yes or no? Marcus says, I'm from California, but I'd rather be from Australia. We got to check with Jesus Christ. He knows this stuff. Do bears hibernate? Some do. Do they poop in the woods? Oh, separate. Never mind. We'll get to that one in a minute. Never mind. Shh. Pops, that was a different question. Let's just stick with hibernation for right now. I think that this is a little bit of a semantic. Hold on. Bears? Marky Z, you have a good day. We're thinking of you. Bears don't hibernate. They become dormant, which is very similar to sleeping. Dormant and hibernation sounds semantical to me. Their temperature, heart rate, and breathing don't slow down like an animal who is hibernating should. So they're just sleeping it off. They're just going for the long sleep. Interesting. I've always said they were hibernating. But if you put a heart monitor on them, who did that? Beavers use tails to compress mud while building dams. You know that big, fat, flat tail they have? They compact the mud with that tail, don't they? I've seen the cartoons. Don't let Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, and others fool you. Elmer Fudd. Beavers don't use their tails to compress mud while building dams. They don't. They use it, there are greenies all over it. They use it to slap the water's surface in order to warn other beavers of incoming danger. Here comes a bear that's not hibernating. Interesting. They're not using that tail to compact the mud. Bloodhounds got their name because they use blood to track humans. Okay, well that makes sense. That's pretty basic. Pretty darn basic. Nippy, that's cute. Your bunny thumps like that when he's scared. He's letting the other bunnies know. Let's get out of here. Bloodhounds. Don't think that you know the answer. Bloodhounds got their name from the tradition of keeping breeding records which document their bloodlines. Excuse me, sneezing on you guys now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, sorry about that. We have a few more of these. We'll go through them tomorrow. Bloodhounds. We're going to talk about boas and buffaloes and cats and chickens and crows and cows. Okay? We're going to talk about those. Let's talk about those tomorrow. I have a quick question for you guys. Very, very quick question. When you're cooking, making a meal, cooking for dinner, something like that, you need to search your soul, do a soul search, and answer this question, okay? One moment, I'm trying to find my resource. Give me a second to find this resource. This resourceful resource. When you're cooking, do you clean up as you go, or do you wait till after dinner and clean everything all at one time? Which do you do? Be very honest. Do you clean up as you go, or do you clean it all at the end? Justin's house goes 50-50. Do you clean as you go, or do you wait till the end of meal and then clean everything together? We have as I goes, we have little of both. We have as I goes. We wait till the maid does it. Sometimes both. Clean as we go. A full sink is harder to clean. Clean as you go. We have a lot of clean as we goes. Mushmouth's weighing in with an after I eat. Okay? Trent, he went to culinary school, and he cleans as he goes. Sue cleans up at end, so you can do both, the dishes and the pans and everything all at one time. Nippy's waiting for the maid. I found a neat article. Psychology says people who clean as they cook, instead of leaving everything for the end, display these 8 distinctive traits. 8 distinctive traits, Mr. and Mrs. Clean as you goes. By the way, Pops is a complete clean as he goes. I almost clean a spoon after I've stirred a pot with it. I don't want to put the spoon back in the pot. I usually clean it again, and then I'll stir again. I'm weird. By the time everything hits the table, the only thing dirty is the serving dishes and your plate. Everything else has been cleaned, and usually I don't dishwasher. I clean by hand and dry by hand. By the time I'm serving, the kitchen looks like I didn't even cook. That's how I do it. I used to be a person, here's the article. I used to be a person who'd finish cooking dinner and face a mountain of dishes that seemed to mock me from across the kitchen. My husband would joke that I could turn making toast into a 3-pot affair. Then I started noticing something interesting about a friend who hosted regular dinner parties. Her kitchen stayed spotless throughout the entire cooking process, and she seemed completely relaxed while juggling multiple dishes. This observation led me down a fascinating rabbit hole of psychological research about the connection between our cleaning habits and our personality traits. Is this interesting to you guys? Do you guys want me to go on? Kimberly, this week I used my crock pot for the first time in about a month. It was great. Made an amazing stew. Should I read the rest of the article to you guys? What? Aren't you curious about what the 8 psychological traits are? You gotta be curious. If you're not, then I can move on to another subject. I don't want to just make up stuff for you guys to be interested in. But I was reading this and I thought, you know what? Instead of talking about psilocybin this morning, let's talk about cleaning our kitchens. Okay? Number 1, they have a stronger executive function. People who clean as they cook demonstrate what psychologists call superior executive function. The mental skills that include working memory, flexible thinking, and self-control. When you rinse the cutting board immediately after chopping vegetables, you're actually exercising the same part of your brain that helps you stay focused during complex projects at work. Your brain is constantly prioritizing, organizing, and executing small decisions in real time. Number 2, they experience less stress and anxiety. There's solid science behind why clean as you go cooks report feeling calmer in the kitchen. When we allow our dishes to pile up, our brains register each item as an unfinished task. Psychologists have found that visual clutter increases cortisol levels, which is your primary stress hormone. Oh, those poor, what do you call them? The people that stuff their houses full of stuff? Hoarder. This is why hoarders are always anxious. By washing that spatula right after stirring the sauce, you're literally preventing stress from accumulating in your system. I shared this article with my sisters last night, and they said, this is you in a T. Every time we've seen you cook, you clean as you go. And you're one of the least stressed out people we know. I said, really, I am? He says, yeah, you exhibit very little stress. You're not a stressed out dude. Well, now I know why. I rinse my spatula. Or I've changed my lifestyle and I live according to the simple 4 agreements. The simple act of rinsing a bowl becomes a moment to breathe and rest before moving to the next step. Number 3, they possess higher conscientiousness. Conscientiousness is one of the big 5 personality traits. It shows up strongly in people who maintain order while cooking. These individuals tend to be more reliable in their commitments, better at meeting deadlines, more likely to follow through on their goals, naturally inclined towards preventive health behaviors. It sounds like you're almost Superman if you wash up as you go. You're pretty cool. Most of you said you did that. Number 4, they demonstrate superior impulse control. Makes me want to know what Jesus Christ does out there in Australia. Jesus Christ. Have you been exhibiting superior self-control lately? I'm not going to judge. I'm asking you to tell us. Have you, Jesus Christ in Australia, been exhibiting superior self-control? I'm not going to do a survey because I think we know what the answer would be. Leaving the dishes for later feels easier in the moment, but people who clean as they go consistently choose the slightly harder immediate action over the tempting postponement. Studies on self-control from the American Psychological Association excuse me, reveal that this type of consistent impulse management strengthens our overall willpower muscle. Every time you resist the urge to leave the pan, just for now, you're building mental strength that serves you in countless other areas. Excuse me. Fascinating. I'm fascinated. Number 5. Hold on. Gosh darn it. I apologize to everybody. I'm not trying to have a big cold in front of you guys. I apologize to you. Number 5, they have enhanced spatial intelligence. Thank you guys for the blessings. They have enhanced spatial intelligence. Meaning I should have been an astronaut. That's not what they mean by spatial intelligence, Pops. Cooking while cleaning requires sophisticated spatial awareness. You need to mentally map your kitchen, anticipate space needs for upcoming tasks, and efficiently navigate between cooking and cleaning zones. Officially navigate, that is. This type of thinking involves constantly visualizing and reorganizing physical space in your mind. People strong in this area often excel at packing efficiently, arranging furniture optimally, and even parallel parking with ease. Who knew that we were all this cool just because we cleaned up as we went? Who knew? Number 6. Wait, it sounds like we're superhuman. Okay? Paige, Master Parallel Parker. Number 6, they exhibit greater emotional regulation. Okay. I exhibit greater emotional regulation because I clean up as I go. The ability to maintain cleaning habits while managing multiple cooking tasks requires emotional steadiness. When the sauce starts bubbling over while you're washing a knife, you need to calmly prioritize rather than panic. This emotional regulation skill transfers directly to handling workplace pressures, relationship conflicts, and unexpected life changes. These people rarely lose their cool completely because they practice staying centered during small daily challenges. Number 7. I'm telling you guys, we're super people. They show increased mindfulness and present moment awareness. Clean as you go cooking demands presence. You can't be mentally rehearsing tomorrow's meeting while simultaneously monitoring cooking times and maintaining kitchen order. This natural mindfulness practice mirrors what I've cultivated through years of meditation. The kitchen becomes a place of active meditation where each action, chopping, stirring, washing, anchors you in the present moment. These individuals often report feeling more satisfied with their meal and more connected to the cooking process itself. And in conclusion, number 8, they displayed stronger long-term thinking patterns. Perhaps most importantly, people who clean while cooking consistently demonstrate long-term thinking over short-term convenience. They understand that 30 seconds spent washing a utensil now prevents 30 minutes of overwhelming cleanup later. This forward-thinking approach typically extends to their financial planning, career development, and relationship investments. They're playing the long game in life, making small deposits that compound into significant returns. Amazing. It all kind of makes sense. individually, each one, then makes sense what they're saying there. It really does. But who knew? Who knew that you were that cool because you clean as you go? Give me 5 people that aren't cleaners as you goers, and you just found out you're cooler than you thought you were. Cleaner as you goers. Are you cooler now than you thought you were 15 minutes ago after reading this article with me? Are you? Cleaner as you goers. Don't you feel better about yourself now? Don't you feel like washing a spoon or something? I do. I feel like washing a spoon right now. Ace is cool in the gang. Very interesting stuff right there, right? Interesting. Oh, Kim goes, I want to cook something today. Well, then don't leave your pans till later. That's pretty cool. Mike Barball said, I just cleaned a spoon, Pops. Yeah, I feel like cleaning a spoon. Hold on a minute, I'm going to go clean a spoon. How interesting. And it sounds like, Marcus, it sounds like a lot of us here are cleaners and we goers. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I love you guys. I always want to come up with some weirdo, rando information once in a while. Do I succeed at that? Do I succeed at that? Help me out. Does licking the spoon? No, that doesn't count. No, Herbie. You can get your dog to lick the spoon, okay? Kim, you gotta stay rando on the planet, right? I love coming up with randos. 26th verse of the Tao Te Ching. Time is flying by here this morning. We've been here almost 50 minutes already. Jeez, jeez, jeez. Justin, we're definitely not saying that the non-cleaners as they go don't have beautiful, interesting personality traits. That would be a good one. What are their personality traits? That'd be a good one. 26th verse of the Tao Te Ching. The heavy, this is too loud. The heavy is the root of light. The still is the master of unrest. Realizing this, the successful person is poised and centered in the midst of all activities. Does this sound like it's going to line up with our reading about keeping the kitchen clean as you go? Did Pops find a verse that kind of lines up with that? Let's go on. Realizing this, the successful person is poised and centered in the midst of all activities. Although surrounded by opulence, he is not swayed. Why should the lord of the country flit about like a fool? If you let yourself be blown to and fro, you lose touch with your root. To be restless is to lose one's own mastery. Let's explore this verse. In this chapter of the Tao Te Ching, you're being advised to maintain a sense of serenity regardless of what you may see taking place around you. Moreover, you're being told that the true master knows that the ability to stay calm is always located within. From this perspective, there's no need to assign responsibility to others for how you feel. Excuse me. You made me feel. You made me fill in the blank. So some of the worst things that you can say to someone. Nobody made you feel anything, team. You chose the feeling. You chose that feeling. Nobody has that power over you. You have that power over yourself to choose. Even though you may live in a world where blame and fault finding are endemic, you will own feelings and actions. You will know that the circumstance does not determine your state of mind, because that power rests within you. When you maintain a peaceful inner posture, even in the midst of chaos, you change your life. Harkening back to last Friday, and the missing crate from my front porch, my initial response was anxiety. Oh hell, this is bad news, buddy. Who knows where those boxes are or what happened to them? And anxiety started fluttering in me. And I'm looking back and remembering that I didn't give in to that. I went to a different place inside. I was like, okay. And it wasn't, I didn't use these words and it didn't happen like this, but it happened naturally. Where I just centered myself. I said, okay, there's got to be a reason that the crate isn't here. It's not the end of the world. We're going to either find the crate or we'll figure out a solution. But whatever you do right now, Pops, don't freak out. So I made that decision not to freak out. And that was the beginning of my great box hunt. But I had the option right then and there to either attack this missing crate with logic and presumption. Where could it possibly have gone? What direction's the wind blowing? How far could it have gotten in the time since I last saw it, etc. But never losing control or freaking out. And I'm going to honestly tell you that hasn't always been my approach. There was a young Pops that freaked out pretty easily. Freaked out pretty darn easily. In the midst of chaos, you change your life. That's a simple little example. But we have all these chaotic things that happen to us in a given day. How do we choose to respond to them? With a centered, calm, pacific approach? Or, oh hell, the end of the world's coming. The wisdom of this verse of the Tao Te Ching prompts you to know that you have a choice. Do you want to be in a state of confusion or to have a tranquil inner landscape? It's up to you. Armed with this insight, the Tao Master doesn't allow an external event to be a disturbance. Lao Tzu tells you that assigning blame for your lack of calmness will never bring you to a state of being that you're trying to attain. Self-mastery only blossoms when you practice being aware of it and responsible for what you're feeling. This particular part of the Tao Te Ching is one that you'll probably want to immerse yourself in repeatedly. Immerse yourself in means practice. After all, what could be better than the freedom of going through life without feeling that people and circumstances control you without your permission? Control you without your permission. Are you depressed, irritated, frustrated, exhilarated, ecstatically in love? Whatever your current state, if you believe that a changing economic picture or a tapestry of events taking place around you is responsible, and then you use those external events to explain your inner state of mind, you've lost touch with the root. I'm anxious because, and then you blame an outside event. I'm irritated by, and then you name a person. I'm frustrated with. I'm ecstatically in love. All of those are choices. But if you use them, the outside events, to explain those thoughts and conditions inside you, you've lost touch with your root. Why? Because you're allowing yourself to be blown to and fro by the shifting winds of circumstance, and often the shifting winds of others' opinions. The solution for life of unrest is choosing stillness. The quiet of the Tao is oblivious to any turmoil in the world of tens of thousands of things. Be like the Tao advises Lao Tzu. The still is the master of unrest. You have a choice in every moment. You have a choice in every moment. You can choose to be a host to God and carry around with you the calmness that is the Tao. Or you can be a hostage to your ego, which insists that you really can't help feeling disorderly when you're in circumstances that resemble pandemonium. You can either choose to be a host to God or a hostage to your ego. That's beautiful. Here's what Lao Tzu offers you in this profoundly simple passage from 2,500 years ago. Vow to seek a calm inner response to the circumstances of your life. In the midst of any kind of unrest, be it an argument, a traffic jam, a monetary crisis, or anything at all, make the immediate decision that you will find the calm center of yourself. By not thinking of what is taking place, and instead taking a few deep breaths in which you opt to empty your mind of judgments. It becomes impossible to mentally flit about like a fool. You have the innate ability to choose calmness in the face of situations that drive others to madness. Your willingness to do so, especially when chaos and anger have been your previous choices, puts you in touch with your mastery. I'm admitting I used to choose anger as my response many times.
anger. It's choice. I get angry at the situation instead of the situation has no control over me. I started practicing an inner calmness. I'm not perfect at it yet, but I'm getting better because of my practice. There was a time when I thought not getting angry over these things was going to be impossible. Now I know that even in the most troublesome of times, my reaction is to choose stillness, the way of the Tao. Don't lose touch with your root. With a written declaration or picture placed strategically in your home or workplace, we like to use the refrigerator. Remind yourself that no one can make you lose touch with your root without your consent. No one can make me lose touch with my root without my consent. Affirm the following often. Here's your affirmation for today. I have the ability to stay poised and centered regardless of what goes before me. That is so powerful. I have the ability to stay calm and centered regardless of the situation. I'm not going to react with anger, with fear, with blame, with frustration, with anxiety. I won't. I'm going to stay calm and centered and walk through this situation. I'm going to keep my voice down and modulated. I'm going to choose the words that I use wisely, remembering to be impeccable and not add more to the chaos. Vow to put this new way of being into practice the next time a situation of unrest crops up. Do the mental work in advance, and you will achieve safe mastery, self-mastery. More significantly, you'll be in harmony with nature, which is your ultimate calling. Sit in a quiet place and picture that one person with whom you have some kind of a long-standing conflict. This is your homework assignment for today. I want you guys to try this sometime today. Get your setting correct and sit down with yourself and do this exercise today. It's your homework assignment. I don't give out a lot of homework assignments. When I do, I think it's really a good idea to go ahead and do the assignment, because that's the beginning of your practice. Who wants today's homework assignment? Give me 5 people. Pops, what's our homework assignment today? Who wants a homework assignment? Who wants, Pops? Based off of this, what's a good thing to practice today? Anthony's way open to homework assignments. Homework assignments are a good idea. Okay? Except if you're Jesus Christ in Australia, who's going to blame the dog? Let's do some homework. Sit in a quiet place and picture that one person with whom you have some kind of a long-standing conflict. Picture them sitting before you. I have somebody in mind right now. Somebody I've had a long-standing conflict with. Most of the conflict is my fault, by the way. Now say out loud directly to him or her, I forgive you. I surround you with love and light, and I do the same for myself. That's it. That's all I got to do. Picture them. Sit with them mentally for a moment. And then say out loud. It's part of the assignment. Because your ear needs to hear what your impeccable mouth is saying. And that plants and waters seeds. Okay? Out loud. I forgive you. I surround you with love and light. And I myself. This will put you in touch with that calmness and that stillness that's being described in the 26th verse of the Tao Te Ching, and bring you an inner sense of calm. Sound good? That's your homework assignment. I'm actually going to, I'll write down the affirmation and I'll post it on my IG page. Really simple. I forgive you. I should also say I forgive myself. I'm going to add that one in there. I forgive you and I forgive myself. I surround you with love and light, and I do the same for myself. Look later on Pops' IG page, and that'll be on there. And that's your homework assignment. Picture that person, perhaps that situation, and actually do it. Say it out loud. Okay? 4 things. Be impeccable with your word. That act, those actions are impeccable. To yourself and towards that person who you're having an inner conflict with. That person does not even need to know that you're changing your perspective on it. And you're going to start practicing inner calmness. And they don't have the power to rile you up like they once had been. Was the test is a personal test. It's a personal test. You know who will know if you're passing your tests? The people you live with. That's who's going to be your final examiner. They'll know. Wow, this guy must have done a homework assignment today. They must be practicing. Because they're changing right before my very eyes in the same home I live in with them. Herbie reminds us if there was a test, it would be called a pop quiz. That's really funny. The people that'll know if you're doing your assignments are the people you live with. Number 2, don't take things personal. Number 3, make no assumptions and have no expectations. And number 4, relative to your homework assignment especially, do your best today. Do your homework. Move to the front of the class. Thank you guys. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Gratitude is too small a word for what I walk away from here every single day. Just like bathed in great gratitude and gratefulness. That we have an opportunity, we have a platform, and we have a group that's all willing to grow together and even do homework assignments when assigned. Have a wonderful, beautiful day, guys. Okay? Scrolling out, here we go. Anthony Hunt thinks it's a great assignment. Thank you, Anthony. Joe D's Plant Man Cheesehead. Thank you. Derek Anderson, Sarah Bear. Nurse Ratchet. That's unfortunate, Nurse. But that wasn't about you, right? That was more about him. HP and Jesse Girl and Anthony Hunt. Thank you for that kind wish for Brock. Sammy P. Jesus Christ and Sarah Bear. Excuse me. Got a little bit of a cold going here, huh, guys? Herbie. And the Wizzy Wazzy. Waz is waiting for a pop quiz. HP is forgiving JC. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Sue Little, Sarah Bear, Jesus Christ, and HP Nurs. HP and Anthony Hunt and Captain Obvious. You're a doll. Thank you for sharing your Secret Santa gift. Herbie and Nippy and Sammy P and Queenie. There's the Clean Groster. Mellow, it's all love. Derek Anderson, Cyber Jolie. Jessie Girl. Sarah Bear hugging her. Jody, Mike Butterball. Niffer. Everyone have a beautiful day and stay present. Speaking of present, we'll talk about Secret Santas tomorrow. Mellow, Joe D's. Kimberly's having a fleeky day because she's choosing. Jesus Christ in Australia. I'll see you tomorrow, big guy. Love you. Amber Frodsham, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to Amber. Hello, happy birthday. We hope you can go and do anything you want and have a wonderful day. Amber, happy birthday. Sammy P. Calico Meow Kitty Catzilla, Jesus Christ and Marcus McCarty. Nipper and Laura Devine. Trenty the Trenty Trenterson, Aaron. There's my guy. Mr. Phillips, Ace, you take care. Glad you were here. Jesus Christ and Mike Barball. JQ, glad you were here, sincerely. Keep coming back. Sarah Bear, Mike Barball. Marcus McCarty. Going to a non-profit luncheon. That's beautiful. You go. You do good stuff out there, Marcus. Sue Little Pidgey Page. And Jesse and Herbie Von Werbs. And Captain Obvious. Jesus Christ and Joey T's. Captain Obvious is screaming like a goat. Pidgey Page and Sue Little and Aaron. Captain Obvious is saying happy birthday to Amber. You're welcome, Amber. Sammy P. Jesus Christ, Captain. Nippy, exception's going to be exceptional today, as usual. Captain Obvious, Nippy, Wazzy, B. Hendricks, and Joey D. And we're thinking good thoughts for Marky Z, who's in the hospital getting ready for some testing today. Marky Z, you be good. We got you. Pops, peace, love. Serve today. Do your homework today. And practice kindness. Pops out.